Okay, let's see. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello guys, can you hear me? If you're in the comment section already, say hi. Let's just wait for more people to come. I'm so happy you guys are here for this video. Okay, hi Precious. I don't know, I think I'll be bending my neck throughout this video. Hi everybody. Hi. I can see Maureen. Maureen, I can see you. I think I can see you guys. If you see me bending my neck somehow, just know that I don't know the very uncomfortable position. I just put myself now in this video. Okay guys, welcome to today's video and welcome. I'm so happy to be here. If you've been following me on Instagram, on Facebook, you guys know that I've been missing in action a lot, simply because of what has been happening in Nigeria. That's the country where Nigeria. We had a protest and it turned bloody. Hello Patricia. Hello everyone. Tijani, Elizabeth, Precious, welcome. Okay, like I was saying, we had a protest here in Nigeria and people were basically protesting for their lives, because a lot of us, we are not just happy with what has been happening, and our governor, like the governance here in Nigeria is it's not nice at all, you understand. So a lot of people started protesting. I was protesting online, and we're all supporting protesters. Literally everybody in the country was tired, and and we are just protesting, trying to put the word out there, because we wanted a change. And on Tuesday, which is the 20th of okay guys, I don't know, network just cut me short. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I still have people here. So people were protesting, and it kind of went violent at a point, and it just went violent, and a lot of lives were lost, and somehow the thing just got me off track. I couldn't concentrate on work. It's just been hard for us here, but we are trying to get back to the groove. I'm trying to get back to talk to you guys as a community, because I know I've been away for quite some time. So today, quickly today, we are going to go into how to start a profitable tailoring business. Okay, we're going to do how to start a profitable tailoring business. I decided to choose this topic because a lot of people have complained to me like, oh Ada, I started, I'm not making money, I'm not getting customers, what am I doing wrong? You understand? And the truth is, I was in that state at a particular time of my life. It's not like I did every single thing wrong, but it's just that when it comes to dressmaking, when it comes to tailoring, it's a little tricky if you just give up initially when you encounter challenges. So the first thing I always tell people is the secret to starting a successful tailoring business or building, because tailoring, like, there are a lot of people that started their tailoring businesses 10 years ago, and if someone had told them that where they are today, that they are going to be where they are today, trust me, they will not believe, because they didn't envision, but they grew as the business grew. They broadened their horizon, they tried out different things that are working for them right now. Let me just drop this my second phone here before the phone drops to the ground. So one thing I always tell people, whether you're learning how to sew right now, or you want to start maybe in the new year, or you want to start this December, something I always tell people is decide your niche. Okay, a lot of people come into dressmaking, a lot of people come into tailoring with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to learn how to sew women's clothes in 2 weeks. I'm going to learn how to sew. Like, they're just coming like, I want to sew men, women, children, and you give yourself 3 months. Imagine coming to university and you want to study medicine, you want to study music, you want to study architecture, you want to study everything, as in all in one. It won't work well, guys. It won't work well. So something I always tell people is, when you want to start, because you are going to go into the business, but your learning process is what, is what will determine your success. So I always tell people, even if you have the dream to sew maybe for men or for women or for children, something I always advise people to do is start with a niche. So first of all, say, okay, I want to learn how to sew women's clothes. Okay, I want to learn how to sew women's clothes. Then you sit down, you calm down, and you perfect that craft. Are we together? Are we together? Now, when you want to learn how to sew, pick a niche first. When you pick a niche, you can, by picking a niche, you've sieved out different distractions, because sewing can be very tricky. You can say, sometimes I see some styles, okay, on some men, and I'm like, oh, this thing is so beautiful. Maybe the truth is, there are a lot of complicated styles with female clothing. So if I start bothering myself with, oh, I want to learn how to sew this for this man, I want to learn how to sew this for this woman, I'm already distracted. And I'm already distracted, and me being distracted is already affecting my learning process. So if you are just starting out, if you plan to open a shop, you want to have your own office space, please and please decide a niche. Later you can branch out. So you want to start your tailoring business, start with, okay, I want to start sewing for women first. I want to learn how to start sewing for women first. Then you take your time and you learn. You really take your time and learn every single thing. One thing I always tell people is, so a lot of people are so in a hurry, and the success of your tailoring business, the success of your shop, your office, whatever you call it, whether it's a side hustle or is a full-time hustle, what determines your success is how much you've learned. Are we together? How much you've learned would decide, it will show in what you sew, what you give out, your output, the input, which is what you learned, your learning process, and what you keep learning. Because let me tell you, dressmaking, you don't stop learning when it comes to dressmaking, but there are basic things you must learn when you are learning how to sew. So you've chosen a niche, you are learning how to sew different styles in that niche, whether it's for children, whether it's for men, whether it's for babies, whether it's for, there are people that sew strictly women, there's some people that sew, like me, I make strictly women's clothes. I don't sew for men, I don't even sew for children. Even though sometimes I'm tempted to sew for children, I know that, okay, by the time I have a baby, I'll be pushed to learn how to sew for babies, okay, maybe a female child. But I'm going to tell you the truth, I'm not planning to learn how to sew for male children, okay, because when it even comes to sewing for female, I've not perfected everything. So I can't just be chasing cloud, and before you know, I don't even have a single goal and an agenda with what I want to do for myself. So I always tell people, one of the secrets to get to, growing your tailoring business into something very profitable is perfecting your craft. Because by the time whoever you make that dress for, whether your friend, whether even yourself, when people see that dress on you, it looks good, they will always come back. Okay, they will always come like, oh, Ada, I saw this, what you wore the other day, it looks good, can you make for me? Oh, I saw what you made for this person, it looks good, can you make for me? Do you understand? Now, because you've perfected your craft, because you know what you are doing, okay, because when it comes to dressmaking, guesswork does not work. Do you understand? See, you can guess, okay, you can guess for yourself, like, oh, I can manage this measurement for myself, I can play around this measurement, you can play around things for yourself. But the moment you've decided to go public, the moment you've decided to start making for people, to start making for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you have to know what you are doing. Because 2 bad customers can ruin your business. 10 bad customers, in fact, your business is on the ground. Do you guys understand? So perfect your craft. Choose a particular niche. You guys will see me looking down a lot because I just scribbled down a little point, and we are just going to dive into the question and answer phase. Okay, so perfect your craft, then begin to practice. Now, I see a lot of new tailors. You want to open a dressmaking business and you are scared of sewing for people, which is very normal. Like, everybody has that, encounter this cold feet whenever you want to go PLC. Like I always say, whenever you want to go public, you will always encounter cold feet, or a little resistance. You feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. It is normal. But something you should never do is go PSC when you've not perfected making for yourself. Never do it. Like, don't say, oh, I'm opening a shop, and you know that, okay, you've not understood. See, the secret to sewing perfectly for another person is sewing perfectly for yourself. I'm not saying that you can't sew for yourself and there won't be adjustments here and there will, but you must understand your curves, your shape, the distance between your, from your under bust to your waist, the distance, how to curve your sleeve, how to cut this. You understand, okay, how this thing fit, how this type fits properly, how this type fits you properly, how it makes you look. When you've totally understood, okay, this style looks good on me, this style looks good on me, that style looks good on me. When you've understood that, if somebody brings a style and that person has almost the same body, let's say body shape like you can tell the person, oh, this one will not look good on you. You've looked at the person. The moment the person brings the style or brings the fabric, you're looking at the person like, oh, this one will fit this person, this one will not fit this person. That is because you've taken time to understudy your body. You know what fits you. Sometimes when people tell me, oh, how do you know the distance between from your under bust to your hip point? I know it because I've taken time to measure myself. I've sewn for myself over and over again, so I can estimate that, okay, from my under bust to my hip point, if I'm sewing a gown, is 13 inches. That's because I've taken time to sew gowns for myself over and over and over again. But if you've not done that, and you just like, oh, when by the time the person leaves, you'll be like, how do I know the distance between under bust to hips? How do I know the distance between nipple to nipple? How do I take this measurement? You begin to fidget, and that is already leading to the failure of the style or the dress. And sometimes you are just even discouraged, because the truth is, if you are discouraged when you get a style. Even me, that I've been sewing for a couple of years now, anytime I ruin a style, I have a bad day for like 2 days straight. Do you understand? So that is why you have to practice with your clothes. Sew for yourself, sew for your friends, sew for your family, sew for people around you. Okay, learn to perfect your skills. Okay, because by the time you've learned how to sew very well for yourself, you've learned how to sew very well for maybe 2 other of your friends. You might not be the same shape, you guys might not be the same size. You might be a size 8, they might be size 11, they might be size 13. But what I'm trying to say here is, the moment you know how to sew this and this for about 3 different people, that way you already have confidence that, okay, maybe I can sew for a total stranger. Do you understand? And I always hear people say, oh, how am I sure the cloth will fit the person? If you've taken time to sew for yourself, you take the most accurate measurement, you join, you pick, you iron. When you want to sew for another person, do those same thing and the dress will come out well. Some people do a lot of approximation when it comes to sewing for themselves. Like, they approximate a lot. I don't even know how to explain this. Like, instead of them saying, okay, let me mark my waist is 28, they will just be like, just join the side, sha. Then when it now comes to sewing for somebody, because they are used to approximating a lot, like I've seen a lot of tailors, they don't really take measurements. They approximate, they just say, okay, the bust, mark the bust, then join it down. Now, when you are used to those kind of funny sewing, by the time you start sewing for people and the thing it's not fitting well, they will not come back. So one thing I notice that a lot of people have is, they have this fear that the clothes will not fit the customers. And I always tell people, there are 2 rules of sewing. You measure twice, okay? When you are cutting, you double check your measurements, then you cut. When you also want to sew, you double check your measurement after marking your points. You double check your measurements and you sew. By the time you double check like me, when I'm sewing for customers, what I do is, okay, this is her bust, I'll mark her bust. This is her waist, I'll mark her waist. This is her hip, I'll mark her hips. Join my markings together. Before I go back to my sewing machine again, I mark, I cross check those points. I make sure that the fabric is in the center. I make sure everything is okay. Like, see, sewing for yourself, you can say, oh, if the thing has an issue, you can amend it. But when it's a customer, especially if you're just starting out, it has a way of affecting your self-esteem. So I try to avoid anything that will take me to that place where I will ruin a customer's outfit. Do you understand? So I double check these things, and because I have perfected sewing for myself to perfection, like I have, over the years I've taught myself to sew for myself, that is so perfect. So when I'm sewing somebody's own, I'm at that, will I say, very critical point, like, oh, this is how I sew for myself, this is how I sew for this person. That is why you need to teach yourself to sew very well for yourself first, so that by the time you go PLC and start sewing for people, it will turn out well. Do you guys understand? Now, another thing I always tell people is, whether some people say something like, oh, they don't know if they should get a shop, they don't know if they should get a shop, they are just sewing for home, they don't know if they open a shop, if people will come. And one thing I always tell people, whether you are sewing from home, whether you have an office space, the first year of business is always very tricky. Like, if you survive your first year of business, your second year of business, there's a high chance that you'll still be in that business by the third year, because the truth is like opening a restaurant where they have 20 other restaurants, 30 other restaurants. You are up against a competition. Do you understand? You're up against a competition. So that is why when you are starting out, whether you are sewing from home, whether you are sewing from the office, please create a space for yourself. Let me even talk about people that sew from home. Whether I sew from home now, but I have like my full, like a working space for myself. I have my table, I have where I take my pictures, I have where my cameras are, I have my mirror, I have where my my iron, everything is in place. Because you are sewing from home doesn't mean that, oh, wherever you are sewing from, truth is, whether you are sewing from home, whether you are sewing from an office, you have to create a space for yourself. Okay, create a very welcoming space for yourself, so that even if you're sewing from home and you have to receive clients, in a lot of videos, I'll leave that video in the description box. I talked about how to get customers, how to grow your business. I'll leave the link to those videos in description box after this live video. And in those videos I talked about having a space, and this space should be very welcoming. So whether you sew from home, whether you sew from an office, guys, let your space, let it be very welcoming. When people come in, they're like, oh, this place looks good. And for you, when you have an organized space, like, oh, this is my workspace, you'll be pushed to work. Okay, when you wake up in the morning, you'll be like, okay, clients are not coming. Yes, clients are not coming, but you've made it a point of duty to always sew for yourself. So whether maybe you're in a compound and you sew maybe outside your house, or you sew in your room, even your siblings just seeing you constantly being on your sewing machine, they can even be your own marketers. They'll be like, oh, she's my sister sews, so you can check her out, she's always busy in her room, she's always doing funny things. Do you guys understand? So whether create a very welcoming space for yourself. Now, the truth about first year of business is clients do not always come. I like to call them clients. Hello Zoma, hello Chioma, hello Munachim. So okay, hello guys, I can see, just keep the comments coming, yeah. So like I said, first year of business, people will not always, customers will not always flow in. And the worst thing you can do for yourself in your first year of business is to not get busy. Sometimes a lot of us unconsciously, we've done this. Like, you can see a place where they write, baking home or bakery, and every single time you pass that place, they're always sleeping. Like, you see their employees, they're always sleeping. Maybe you just see them, like, they walk outside the shop, they're always sleeping. Even you start asking yourself, like, why is this person always sleeping? Like, they don't always working, they just have a bakery and they're not doing work. Same thing when you open, when you have a sewing machine. Even if you're at home and you are not sewing, you are waiting for the day one customer will come. You have to keep yourself busy. That is why I always tell people, whether you're learning how to sew, whether you finish learning how to sew and you're waiting for the day you will get money and you will blow and you will open a shop, I always tell people, get busy. Okay, whether you have an office space and people are not coming, get busy, get fabric, start sewing for yourself. Because truth be told, people are always looking at you. You might be like, oh, I just opened, nobody's noticing me. It is a lie. People are noticing you. That is why you should keep sewing. Like, you have a shop, when you come in the morning, you pray, you arrange, make sure the place is welcoming, greet your neighbors. If you have neighbors, greet them. Get on your, whether you have something to get on your sewing machine. If you're not sewing, you are cutting. So sometimes like people just walk into a shop like, I saw that you opened though. I said, let me check you out. And if they come to your shop and maybe they came in and they saw you sewing, they can be like, what are you sewing? If what you're sewing, hold on guys, if what you are sewing looks beautiful to them, they can be like, I was passing and I saw this shop that I opened newly. I said to check, let me go and bring my fabric. That way they've seen you sewing. Do you understand? But imagine if every single time they pass, you are sleeping just because customer has not come, and you've not used your initiative to use that time to start sewing for yourself. Because the truth is, you are your first ambassador of your brand. Like, you are the first ambassador of your brand. Nobody will market your products, nobody will market your designs for you as much as you will market for yourself. And I always tell people, wear your designs. Whether you have a shop, if you sew from home, we have social media these days. Let your friends know you sew. On your WhatsApp, trouble them. On your Facebook, trouble them. On your Instagram, trouble them. Let them know that, okay, this girl is up for business. Now, by the time you keep going to your shop or you sew from home, you have an office space, you're always sewing something. Even your mom, I remember one of my friends, she has her own tailoring office. She has her own shop, like they always say in Nigeria. I like to call it an office, but she has a shop. Okay, hello CK Sekai from Zimbabwe. Hello. If I got your name wrong, please don't bother me, bigo. Yeah, so she was like, when her mom noticed that she was always sewing and the styles she was sewing, they were really beautiful. Next thing, the mom started telling people, my daughter can sew. My daughter can sew. At the point she'd be like, this woman, don't put me in trouble. The mom kept bringing complicated styles. The mom on her own started bringing customers to her. But imagine, and at that point she didn't even have a sewing machine. She was going to like a neighbor's place, to make the clothes. So imagine if she just sat at home and she's like, I don't have customers, I'm not going to be sewing. Even her mom will not even market for her. But because she knows that, okay, I don't have customers yet, I'll keep sewing for myself. And she just kept sewing for herself. And like, one time she told me that her mom wants to put her in trouble. Her mom is always bringing customers and bringing complicated styles, and that way she got her first few customers. So whether you sew from home, whether you have a shop, don't stop sewing. You finish learning how to sew, you are praying to God to to give you money to have an office, to have your own tailoring space. Don't stop sewing, okay? Just keep sewing. Wake up every morning, cut your clothes, sew them, wear them. When you're going out, wear them. Whatever you're going to, wear them. You are the first ambassador of your brand. You're the first marketer for your brand. Nobody will market it as much as you market it for yourself. Okay guys, now for your business to grow from you not making money to you making money, you have to be very intentional about the business. I always tell people that it doesn't make sense for you to run a business when you are not making profits. So you have to be very intentional. Like me, I have like goals, like, okay, I want to buy this machine, I want to buy that machine, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and I want to buy that. So when I have this at the back of my mind, when I'm charging a customer, I like to charge something that when I'm done, I can save from this dress. Do you guys understand? So it all brings us back to pricing yourself. And I know I've done about 2 or 3 videos on this channel talking about pricing yourself, talking about how that avoid under pricing. At the end of this live video, I'm going to leave the link to this to those videos in the description box, because see guys, if you want to run a tailoring business that will bring you money, you have to learn to price well. Let's say price. You have to learn to price your garments well. When people come to you and tell you that, Ada, I want you to make, I keep using myself as an example because trust me, these are the voices that people use. Ada, I want you to make this dress for me, or I want you to make that dress for me. Don't charge me too much. Yes, I'm not going to charge you too much. But whatever I'm going to charge you, I need to make profit from that thing because I need to sustain this business. It's not just, collecting 1,000 naira here or collecting 1,500 here and praying that one day you will blow. You blowing is you making small profits and keeping them aside so that you can upgrade your equipment. Maybe you want to buy an industrial machine, you want to buy a weaving machine, you want to buy an iron, you want to buy this, you want to buy that. You need to start charging in such a way that you will make money, okay, you will make money to sustain that business. Okay, now something I always tell people is one way, one way to get people to pay you what you want is by giving them what they want. Let me repeat what I just said. One way to get people to pay you what you want, okay, is by giving them what they want. So that is why it all goes back to you knowing how to sew properly. It all goes back to you learning your craft. It all goes back to you perfecting your, it just go back to you, it all boils down to how much you learned how to sew and how much you can sew whatever the client has asked you to sew. Okay, now I've talked about creating a sewing space for yourself. I've talked about charging well. And the truth is, when it comes to charging, you grow in charging. Couple of years ago, I was scared of telling people to sew 3,000 naira. Truth be told. Like, if I want to tell them that, hey, my camera. Okay, guys, can you see me? I just kicked my camera because of demonstration. Yeah. As I was saying, about 4 years ago, if I want to tell people that, oh, madam, your gown is 3,000, I will legit be scared. So that's why some people tell me, oh, they are scared of sewing, they are scared of charging. I've been there before, okay? So I will legit be scared. I'll be like, 3,000 naira. How will I say it from my mouth? How will I say it to my mouth? But the moment I'm like, you know what, I did not come to pack garri here. Neither did I come to grow a business that I'm not happy about, because all those times I collected something lower than what I should collect, I left myself very unhappy. Okay, so I just told myself, you know what, people that will stay, people that will go will go. Next thing, I upped my prices. You know, I added 1 more thousand. After a couple of months, I'm like, you know what, I added 1 more thousand, and after I said, now I can boldly tell somebody, your clothes is 25,000 naira. Are you going to sew or you are not going to sew? You know, depending on what I'm sewing for the person, I can boldly tell somebody that your clothes is 10,000 naira, or your clothes is whatever I'm sewing. I can boldly tell you. If you want to negotiate, if you don't want to sew, go, let me have peace. Do you understand? I'm not saying you should chase all your customers, but if you guys have been following me for a while, or maybe I've not said it here, I've been sewing for a while. You know, I've been sewing for quite a while, and maybe because of being in the business for a long time, I won't say so long, because it's not like I've stayed 30 years, has just given me a lot of confidence. And you know, they're just giving me a lot of confidence, and because I know what I can offer, you know, I give my best stitches, I sew very well, I literally pour my soul into every dress I make for a client. So because I am very sure of my skills, I know that I can interpret any style this customer has given to me, I charge. And when you charge well, that is when that business can grow. This is the cocoa, as in this is the root cause of why your business is not growing. You might know how to sew very well, a lot of customers are coming. Why you are not seeing the money is because you are not charging well. So if there's something you take from this live video, guys, it is you learn how to charge well. Charge well. Don't be scared. Oh, if I charge, will the person stay? Will the person not go? The person will stay. The person will stay. The ones that don't want to stay, they will go. Okay, so for you to grow a profitable fashion, a dressmaking business, tailoring business, whether you are doing bespoke, whether you are doing ready to wear, you have to charge to the point that when you have removed the money that you used to, you know, produce the garment, you still have something left. Don't ever charge that after sewing that dress there's no profit. Don't do that. Don't ever do it in this life. I'm not threatening you. Like, I'm sounding like I'm commanding you, but seriously, don't do it, guys. If you charge and you don't have any money left, like after sewing the dress, after buying all the things you used to produce that outfit, you don't have any money left, that is not a good game for anybody. So please, guys, don't do it. One way to grow a profitable tailoring business is to continuously upgrade your craft, continuously learn new styles, continuously go with the trend. If you see that this style is trending and you don't know how to sew it, ladies and gentlemen, learn how to sew it. Once you've learned how to sew it, go ahead and charge appropriately. That way you'll even be able to get a bigger sewing space. You'll be able to get sewing machines, weaving machines, stoning machines, steam press, and those things. Okay, now if imagine you're not charging well, you won't be able to afford basic things you need in that shop, and before you know, you just close that shop and tell yourself dressmaking is not for me. Do you understand? So one thing I always tell people, to grow a tailoring business, you have to have your own, how will I put it, your own signature. Now I have, like, if you guys don't know, I have a family member that sews very well, and I can spot her clothes from afar. Like, let me say where I travel home and I have several dresses on the bed. Let me say I went for a family event and I have several dresses on the bed. I can pick out the one that she made because I know her finishing. I know how she finishes her clothes. I know how they look fine. So now, by the time your customers are used to you giving them breathtaking finishing, like you give them premium designs, your designs are top notch, your finishing, they are nice, that way you're already creating a brand for yourself. You're already creating, a certain set of, a certain level of, will I say, customer service. So your customers know that whenever they come to this lady, she dey finish work. Let me use Nigerian language for you. Whenever they come to this lady, she dey finish work, she gives them the best. That way they are like, you know what, this lady this lady is, she's finishing things. So when you say, okay, this is how much you should pay, they will negotiate a bit, but then they know that, this one, no, she knows what she's doing. Do you understand? So that is why I always tell people, create your designs. Even though people will come and tell you, this is what I want you to sew, put a touch of you in whatever design they've given to you. If it's from from finishing to designing to the embellishments, to all the things you can do to make that outfit come out well, do it. Do it, because when you do it and you call the next time they're coming back, they know that, okay, she's expensive, but she will give you what you want and even more. Do you understand? Now, something I always tell people, when some people are so in a hurry, I say this in almost all my videos, but I have to keep saying it. A lot of people are so in a hurry to make money from dressmaking that sometimes they don't even calm down to have their, the lessons that come with starting a dressmaking business, or experiencing what it's like to grow a business from having zero clients. They just want to open today and 30 people will come in, 40 people will come in, 50 people will come in. Even some of very well established brands, some of them don't have up to 50 customers, some of them don't have up to 100 customers, but then they have customers that keep coming back. Even if they have 20, they have 20 customers, die-hard loyal customers that keep coming back, and those customers sustain the business as they keep getting more customers. So the truth is, your first year of business will not be easy. I'm going to tell you the truth. Your first year of business will not be easy. But if you can remain there, do everything you can do to remain there, you keep sewing, you keep learning, you keep putting yourself out there, the business will grow. Never stop learning when it comes to dressmaking. Don't turn a blind eye. Okay, hello Patience, hello Ume Meso, there's some people's name I cannot pronounce, hello Halima from Uganda, hello. Now, never stop learning. Okay, when it comes to dressmaking, never ever stop learning, because the moment you stop learning, you've just somehow signed a document to go out of the business. Because once you stop giving customers trendy styles, you stop giving them what they want, you are just stuck in your old ways, you will not grow, the business will not grow, and that is a recipe for disaster. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go to some of the questions, because if you follow me on Instagram if you're not following me, follow me on Instagram at Stitchadress, also on Facebook at Stitchadress. I told you guys to drop questions in the challenges you are facing. Okay, the live video disconnected, we are live again. See guys, Nigerian want to spoil your shine, but no. I'm just going to quickly touch on the questions a lot of people dropped for me here. So somebody said, this is from Mary E. if how can a tailoring business in a new state? You know what, guys? If most of you don't know, but I live in Lagos, Nigeria. Like that's where my folks, that's where my family, that's where they stay. But I did not start my business in Lagos. I started my business in Enugu, which is the state where I currently live now. And how I started, I bought my sewing machine. Let me just give this to you guys. I bought my sewing machine. I bought all the necessary things I needed. I started sewing for myself. I started sewing for myself. Then I started telling people around me that okay, make sure that I gave them head. They will know that okay, they need to ask me, oh, who made this dress for you? And by the time I tell them that oh, I made it, they'll be like, ah, I will come so you sew for me. Okay, so whether you've been sewing in another state or that, one thing about dressmaking is always put the word out there. You know, I have a paid course on secrets to getting customers as a new tailor. I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box of this live video. Like after the live video, I'm going to leave the link to the video in the description box. Okay, and in the paid course, I told people about. Okay, guys, the live video went off again. Network, leave me alone. Okay, now it goes beyond just telling people that oh, I sew. They need to see it on you. Dressmaking goes beyond word of mouth. You are your first, you are the first model of your dress. So wear your designs, put the word out there. If you want to know much more about getting customers as a new tailor, check out the paid course in the description box. You just watch the course. It's so into it. So immediately after the live video, I'll drop the link to that course. So this is Valor. Is it Valor or Valore Fashions on Instagram? She said, how do you network, guys, network is really affecting me. Okay, she said they've advertised on social, no desired results. One thing with social media advertisement is it takes time, especially for something like dressmaking. Like I always tell people love what they see, and if what they see is not appealing, they would not come back. Do you understand? Oh, guys, I don't know, network, I'm so sorry. Now I was saying, whatever you're putting out on social media, make sure it is something that is very attractive. And I'll tell you, with social media, your first year, people might not be, people might not, people might not patronize you, but the moment you keep pushing it out, you keep promoting yourself. See, social media is very tricky, especially when it comes to dressmaking. Sometimes it takes people to see something 7 times, like 7 good times, no, 7 good times, it takes people 7 good times to see something before they actually say, oh, let me patronize this person. So imagine the first time they saw your sponsored post, it's a crappy picture. The next time is a crappy picture. The next time is a crappy picture. Yes, you're putting a lot of work into pushing out your dressmaking, your designs, your styles. But if they don't look good, if you are not standing well, that's why I always tell people that you can say, oh, I'm a model, I don't know how to pose. The moment you've decided that, oh, I want to go into dressmaking, I want to promote my business with social media, you have to be your own model. You have to learn how to pose. You have to take good pictures. If you cannot take pictures of yourself, you have to get a photographer. Do you understand? You have to get a photographer, get good pictures, so that every time people keep seeing, coming back to your page, they keep seeing pictures, the pictures look good, they see maybe in your Instagram stories, they see the behind the scene of when you're making a dress. That way they will patronize you. But if you keep dropping pictures, and the pictures are not really engaging, trust me, they would not. So social media advertising, it works, but I want you to put more quality. Make sure your designs look good, make sure your styles look good, make sure everything in general looks good. Then just keep posting. I remember I posted for like 8 months straight and no customer, but when the customers started coming, I was even surprised. So you keep throwing, it's like throwing your seeds in different places. The day they will start germinating, you would not even know, and before you know, people will start calling you all over the world. It's not like I'm getting customers now from Atlantica. No, I'm not. Okay, but I'm just trying to say that the more you keep putting yourself out there, the better chances, the better you have more chances of people reaching out to you. Okay, now somebody asked, how can one decide what area of tailoring business? This is T gorgeous look asked, how can one decide what area of tailoring business to go for? I always like, it's up to you. Okay, it depends what you want to learn. Like me, I love making for women, so that's my fancy. That's what keeps me up at night. That is what makes me restless. When I see a style, I can't sleep until I sew it. So it depends on you. You can wake up and say, oh, I want to learn how to. It's just what tingles your fancy, what makes you, what keeps you at a, there's some people that are learning how to bake, but they have no love for baking. They are just doing it maybe because their mom wants them to do it or their dad wants them to do it. So one way to be in this business and enjoy it is to be in a niche that you enjoy. If you are making for children and you don't enjoy making for children, move to another niche. Maybe you are making for children and you don't like making for children, you want to make for women, make for women. If you're making for women and you don't like make, maybe you learned that because of your mom put a lot of ideas in your head, or your dad put a lot of ideas in your head, and maybe the real people you want to make for are men. Ladies and gentlemen, make for men. So one way to, I can't tell you that okay, men, they are the most profitable niche, because trust me, to me, sewing for men is boring to me, because I'm just like, is it not just shirt and trouser? Is it not past chest and trouser? Is it not past agbada and trouser? But for women, you have skirt, you have shirt, you have gown, you have jumpsuit, you have romper, you have shorts. So that's why I'm in for the women fashion till the Lord calls me home when I'm old and gray. Do you understand? So another question, this is from I'm going over to the Facebook questions now. This is from Prince Samuel NK, and he said, I want to start up a fashion business. How much can I budget? What are the necessary things I need to start from scratch? Okay, so the basic summary of this question is, what are the necessary things he needs to start from scratch? Guy, what you need to start is a sewing machine and a sewing and an iron. Sewing machine, like if you don't have a weaving machine, fine. If you have like a machine that does several stitches, cool. Okay, just make sure you have a sewing machine. Of course, you've learned how to sew. You have a sewing space, whether it's a shop, whether it's at home. Make sure you have your own dedicated sewing space. You have sewing machine, very very important. You have your sewing skills that are inherent in you. You have your fabric. Guys, I don't know. Let me just quick, network messes me up. So make sure you have your sewing machine. Make sure you have your iron. I have a detailed video where I talked about must have sewing supplies for beginners. I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box. So just make sure you have your zip, your gum stay, your hard stay, those things, and you can just start and grow with just a little things. Okay, guys. Network, I'm so sorry, like, see, just let me know in the comment section the best network for live videos, because I've tried all the networks and I thought this one is the. So now somebody says she really wants to know why everything, she was like, my boss. I'm not your boss, so she was like, this is on Facebook, and I said, I really want to know why each the zip is seriously. Okay, guys, so I think network just wants me to end this video, so I'm just going to try and finish up. So this is from Esther. I try to mark everything. When I'm picking my dart, I make sure I take equal measurements. When I'm picking, when I'm trying to join my blouse to my, maybe I'm making a gown, I'm trying to join the blouse to the skirt part of the gown, I make sure everything I take is equal. So that way, when you are consciously picking your points equally, okay, you will have equal measurements on both sides of the dress. Do you understand? You have equal measurement on both sides of the dress. So make sure when you are sewing, make sure you are picking same thing on both sides of the dress. Do you understand? Try as much as possible. When you are picking your darts, don't go and pick 1 inch here, then go to the other side and pick ½ inch. If you are picking 1 inch here, make sure you pick 1 inch on the other side. Do you understand? And when you are, sometimes I take my measurements. Maybe when I'm picking my dart, I mark it out with my measuring tape. when I want to join maybe my skirt part of, you guys know that when you look at your sewing machine, you see that you have the quarter-inch mark, half-inch mark, 1-inch mark, like so, like so. So I just use those calibrations sometimes to guide how I pick my darts, how I pick my side seams. That's after marking. Okay, now another person said she doesn't know why every time she's done making a dress for a customer, this is from donor Esther, she feels like the dress is not fine. She say, me, I don't know why anytime I'm making a cloth for someone, I'll just be having this feeling that it's not fine. I will be so scared that the person is not going to like the cloth. It's normal. There are times I'll make a dress for myself and I'll tell myself, oh, this thing is not looking fine, but by the time I'm done, sewing the dress, it looks fine already. So sometimes those things happen. Just make sure whatever you're sewing is right. When the person comes, the person might like the dress. Okay, now somebody said she doesn't know why a zip, why zipper, this is from RG patient. She says, seriously, I don't know why zipper used to bulge even after it is a free dress. Okay, I think I have to do a tutorial on how to tackle a bulging zip, a bulging zipper. Is it bulging zipper? How to tackle zip bulge. I'm going to do a video on that for you guys because I can't explain it here in this live video. I'm going to do a video on that for you guys, and you guys will see how to tackle that. So this is from Asa Okwi. I love this lady, and she said, Ada, how are you doing really? Well, these days I don't just feel like stepping on my machine anymore, though I work from home. So I was thinking if it was because I don't work with people, maybe apprentice, that's why I feel lazy. There are times you don't feel motivated, and if you guys notice, I've posted just 2 videos this month, and which is not like my normal schedule. In the last 2 months I've been struggling with my mental health. I've not been in like the best place. I've had my own personal challenges with what we just faced in the last 2 weeks in Nigeria, so you can really get discouraged. But one thing I know for sure is sewing is very, very therapeutic. Like sewing brightens your mood. So when you feel like, okay, when you have the energy but sometimes you don't feel good, stay away. When you're done staying away, sometimes just try to sew something fancy, and before you know, you get your mojo back, you get your groove back. If you don't feel okay, stay away. Sincerely, stay away, because the worst thing you can do to yourself is try to sew when you're hungry, when you're sleepy, or when you're not happy. Those things you will destroy the clothes, trust me. So if you don't feel good, stay away from sewing, but try and encourage yourself, come back to sewing, because sewing on its own is very, very therapeutic. Sometimes I can feel very bad. The moment I start sewing, I feel better. Do you understand? And with all of the things that have happened in Nigeria recently, I remember crying myself to sleep sometime this week and sometime last week, because I just kept asking myself, like, is it a cost to be a Nigerian? But I prayed about it. I thought about you guys. Oh, you guys will be waiting for me, you guys will want tutorials, you want this, you want, and that way I just got back, and this live video is even seeing you guys here showing up, saying hello, hi, has just really, really. So this is from Treasure Lucy. She said, I need a video on corset cutting and sewing. Lady is coming. And another one, she said, please, the zip. This is from Jane Obasi Chinquem. Hey, I'm sorry about the name. She was like, please, zip is not equal, especially invisible zip. What is the cause? Hey, how am I going to explain this to you? See, when you are sewing your zip, I don't know how to, you know what, I'm going to do a video on this for you guys, because I don't know how to explain this thing to you about zip not being equal. It just boils down to how you sew the dress. Trust me, if you don't sew the dress well, the zip will not be equal. So make sure you sew the dress well, make sure you pick your points well, make sure you don't over pull one side. Make sure you don't over pull one side of the blouse or the gown when you are sewing the zip, because if one side stretches and the other side doesn't stretch, definitely that dress, one side will be longer than the other side. So just make sure you're not over pulling, you are not under sewing, you are not having they are not equal, because it will definitely affect the length and the overall look of the zip. So just make sure you sew every, because that's what happens a lot. Sorry guys, that's what happens a lot when you are fixing a zip. That's what happens a lot. Like if you are pulling one side and you are not pulling the other side, the zip will come out one side longer than the other side. So I'm just going to quickly rush to to the questions on YouTube. I didn't want this video to be very long, but looking at, I am 57 minutes already. Nah. I didn't plan for this. Okay, so let me just go to the questions on YouTube. And this person said, and this person said, um hold on please, how can I be getting customers from home? Okay, I've talked about this. Is from Ife Dolapo Ayola. She said, how can I be getting customers from home? And I always tell people, one thing I always tell people is, put yourself out there. Don't just feel like, oh, this person has been seeing me, so she knows I sew. Put yourself, tell people, I sew, okay, I'm into dressmaking, I sew, I made this one for myself, okay. Let people know that you sew. And I also have a paid course on secrets to getting customers as a new tailor. I'm going to leave the link to that course in the description box of this video. The moment I'm done with this video, I'm going to leave the link to that course in the description box. Check it out. And I just put a lot of tips and tricks on what you should do and what you should not do, how to get customers, how I get my own customers sewing from home, because I have my own office at home. Now somebody said, this is Bukola Peter. She said, we are expecting the tutorial for this gown you are wearing. That's the gown I used when I posted this announcement on the community tab. Unfortunately, guys, I did not post that. I didn't film a tutorial, but I'll try to film something similar. She said, okay, this is from J Mukungu Muyunda. Hey, please forgive me. She said, how to grow my business using social media like Facebook. Okay, I've explained that in the earlier part of this video, so maybe you have to watch through. But social media, you post, you let people know, make sure your pictures are good, make sure your designs are good, put yourself out there. And I have a course on how to, secrets to getting customers as a new tailor. Check it out, link in the description box. So she said, her challenge, this is from Hamed Oluwabumi. She said, thanks so much for this opportunity, ma. I'm not your ma. I'm not your ma. I'm not so old. You guys are making me feel like I'm old. Okay, she said, my challenge is how I can do training as a final year student, then how I can be practicing without sewing machine. Okay, Oluwabumi, something I'll tell you is, as a final year student, I think you should just, my thoughts, okay, because I was in final year at a point in my life before I graduated, and I know final year can be really, really tough. So I'll tell you to focus, you know, on school. Final year, you'll be done in a couple of months. That's if you're in Nigeria, and that break between getting your results and going for NYSC, you can use that break to learn how to sew. And you know, you can use that break to maybe work and get money to buy a sewing machine and do, you know, all the good things you want to do. You understand? So for me, my thoughts are, if you're a final year student, try to focus on school. When you finish school, when you finish that phase, okay, then you can go ahead and properly learn the sewing. If maybe you're in first year, I would have said okay, but final year is very, very critical. So I would really advise you to focus on school. When you are done, you can learn how to sew. And practicing without a sewing machine is very, very tricky, because if you want to be hand sewing, okay, if you can do it, fine. But I really advise people to always get a sewing machine if you are learning how to sew. Now somebody said, I want to start, this is from Sadia Benis, and she said, I want to start a tailoring business selling sewing accessories. How do I go about it, especially getting quality supplies and marketing? I love your outfit. Thank you. Okay, so with selling sewing accessories, the thing with Nigerian market is, okay, I always tell people that if you want to learn how to sew, if you want to, not if you learn how to sew, this learn how to sew is so much in my brain. If you want to sew, start a tailoring accessory business, the best thing you can do is try to buy from people that sell in wholesale. Do you understand? Because if you are buying from retailers, you will not make profit, because you are literally buying at the price where you cannot make profit. So try to buy from people that sell in wholesale. Then the moment you keep going there, you will start discovering small, okay, small, you start discovering their main source. And probably when you make much more money, you can now start buying from, you know, maybe directly from the company. But try to buy from wholesale sellers. Don't buy from people that sell in retail, okay? So try to buy from wholesale sellers. And if you have a shop, starts like, there's somebody I know on Instagram. She doesn't have a shop. She sells just embellishments and trimmings, and all she does is get these things, take good pictures of them, and post them on Instagram. She does sponsored posts as well, and she has pictures of reviews by clients, and when she's packaging an order, her orders, and when the client used this, so that way she has gotten credibility. That way people trust her. They're like, they don't see her as a scam. Okay, that's if you want to sell online. But if you want to like sell in a physical shop, one thing about tailoring supplies or sewing accessories is the moment you open a shop and there's a tailor close to you, you have blown, because they'll come and start buying from you. So if you are going to be selling, if you have a shop already, you don't really have a lot of problem, because tailors are always looking for where to buy stuff. But if you want to be selling online, you need to have good pictures. You have to keep your customer review so that people can trust you, and you just have to do sponsored posts as well. So you can have like a little budget of maybe $4 a month for advertisement. You can have $2 a month for advertisement, but just make sure you're always posting. You're always on your stories, maybe Facebook or Instagram. You're always on your stories. You're always on your Instagram feed. Make sure you're always posting. You don't know who is watching. Okay, you don't know who is watching, guys. So this person said, this is Mubiru Maya. Okay, and she said, I'm in Uganda, so I don't, oh sorry, no. She said, okay, what should I consider the most when I want to open my shop? Yeah, you can. One thing I always tell people, consider a shop that is very, very accessible. Don't go and get a shop in a hole and expect people to find you. So make sure your shop, wherever your shop is, make sure it is visible. That means people can actually locate you there. Okay, don't go and have a shop behind one place that nobody will see you, behind one big tree that has plenty leaves that nobody will see you. No, just make sure your shop is very, very visible. Make sure the area is clean. Don't just go and have a shop that is even smelling. There's no proper lighting, everywhere is just dark, the mood there is dark. Make sure your shop is visible. Make sure your shop is welcoming. Okay, make sure the environment is welcoming. Don't have a shop in front of a latrine that is smelling. No, don't do that. And she was like, okay, her second question is how to get customers, because she's going to a new area, and the field. Okay, when it comes to field of sewing, it just depends on what you like. Like I said earlier in this video, it depends on what you like, because some people have done sewing for men and they are not cashing out. Why some people are cashing out big time when they are sewing for men? So it depends on what you like, really. So how to get customers, like I said, put yourself out there. And I have a paid course on secrets to getting customers as a new tailor, so check that course out. So she said, lastly, how to make my business grow day by day, because I want to shine bright. I understand you, baby, because we all want to shine bright and blow. Yeah, so how to make your business grow day by day? You have to just be on your grind, keep learning, keep improving, keep giving your customers what they want. Just keep putting yourself out there, and you will definitely grow. Keep putting yourself out there, keep sewing, just keep putting yourself out there, keep improving, keep posting, keep networking, and you will grow. Definitely you will grow. She was like, how do we avoid clients who like freebies? We are tired of them. Simple. Don't sew free. This is from PP Designs GH. PP Designs GH. I want to assume that GH is Ghana. You have friends that like freebies. Simple. I don't sew for free. It's that simple. There's no fight inside. There's no gun to your head. Oh, won't you sew free for me? No, it's my business. How can I sew free for me? If they have a business, tell them, will you do this thing free for me too? In a very, very polite way. You are not sewing free. You are not. See, this 2020, ladies and gentlemen. There's no 15 anywhere. When people come, politely decline that. I thought you were going to sew free for me. Say, sorry, maybe if I sew free for you, that was then. But now I don't sew free. In a very, very polite way. So what are the do's and don'ts in opening your business? Don't start a business and you are undercharging yourself. I think I have to do a separate video on this, but people just tend to undercharge themselves. Some people who open businesses and they don't charge. Don't do that. Make sure you charge. Try not to underprice yourself. Make sure you give people good value for their money. Do not ever in this life, don't disappoint your customers. Don't do it. This is a major something that kills businesses. Make sure you don't ever disappoint your customers. If you can't, you can't finish this order before that day, don't take it. Don't disappoint your customers. Try not to fight or quarrel with your customers. Instead, just be quiet and let them go. Don't fight with them, because customers are very very quick to spread bad news than spread good news. So don't disappoint your customers. Make sure you sew well for them. Make sure you develop a good relationship with them. Don't go and be doing, hey, I don't want to charge you now, bring anything. That's not a good way to start a business. So make sure you are charging well. Even though you are not charging as much as you want to, make sure you are charging well. Okay, so she was, this is Oluremi Adenugba Oluremi. I think this is the last question. She said, for someone like me that mixed the 3K class, how can we get it back? Okay guys, so like I done secrets to getting customers as a new tailor. So I have a link to that course. Right now it's no longer a live video. I have filmed the course down, so you can just check out the course in the description box. Secrets to getting customers as a new tailor. You click on it and you have 30 days access to the course. And just take your notes, write things down, because trust me, I really poured myself into the video. Like I said at the beginning of this video, one way to sustain your business, one way to grow your business is to continuously improve on your sewing skills, continuously go with the trend, like learn the basics of sewing. Make sure you know how to sew trending styles. Okay, make sure you know how to sew trending styles. Make sure you give your customers good value for their money. Make sure you charge well. When you charge well, that is when you can sustain that business. If you don't charge well, you cannot sustain the business. So charge something that when you are done removing money for what you used to create the garment, you still have something left to yourself. Take advantage of your digital tools. Take advantage of WhatsApp, take advantage of Instagram, take advantage of Facebook. Keep putting yourself out there, and trust me, you will grow. I think, let me check for the questions people dropped here on the live chat. Let me see if I can attend to a few of them. So a lot of people, hi. Someone was like, okay, sorry I'm bending my head funny. How long do I have to learn to become independent? Okay, one thing I tell people, the moment you know that, okay, you've learned to the point that you can sew very well for yourself, for your friends, I think you are good to go at that point. But the truth is, in sewing, people still go back to their whoever they learned for. People still ask questions. You never get to a point where you're like, oh, I know everything. Even top designers, they face challenges. They face challenges in some styles, and sometimes they have to consult Pinterest, YouTube. Sometimes they have to rack their brain a lot to actually understand the style. So the moment you have a lot of confidence to sew for yourself, your sister, your friend, you can sew very well. It's not like you just know how to sew a few, then you feel like, okay, you've learned everything. No, the moment you know that you can sew quite, and you've learned. I always tell people, try to do your training. I wouldn't advise any person to do training for 3 months. That's me. I always tell people, do 1 year or more than 1 year if you want to, but the least you should do is 6 months. That is me. I don't know of another person. Okay, so let me attend to another question. She said, how do I create designs? Please give examples of the designs we are talking about. Oh, when I talk about creating designs, creating designs is like how do I explain this? Creating your design, creating your own unique designs. Like I for the longest time I had creative block. I don't know how to explain. I had creative block. I couldn't create my own designs, but so yeah, network. So I always tell people that, like me, I had creative block. I think in 2018 and 2019 I had creative block. I just couldn't create a design that I liked. Okay, I was having inspiration, but I didn't like them. So creating your own unique designs is creating something different you've not seen anybody wearing. It's not like you go and manufacture one style from Jupiter, very unique, like you've really not seen any person wearing this thing. Even if you've seen something, but let it not be exactly. Don't copy someone's design exactly. Try to put a touch of you. Okay, try to create your own thing. Okay, yeah. So she was like, I have a sewing. This is from Maureen Masaba. and she said, I'm bending my neck funny. See, my phone is one kind, guys. So she said, I have a sewing machine, and I know how to sew some clothes. So how do I start my tailoring business as I continue to learn? I'll always advise people, learn how to sew very well. Learn how to sew very well before you jump into opening your own shop or your own office. Don't be too in a hurry to open a shop and you are not learning how to sew. Do you understand? Don't be too in a hurry to learn to open a shop and you've not calmed down to learn how to sew very well. So learn how to sew very well before you open a shop. Okay, when you've gotten a lot of confidence in yourself, you would know when to open a shop, even if you have a little fears here and there, but you definitely know when to open a shop. Okay, this is somebody said, how do I cope with my job and going into fashion fully, because I need the money, I need the job because I need the job for the money. Oh yeah, so branching out fully into dressmaking is not exactly easy, let me tell you the truth. Okay, so sometimes if you know you need the money to, of course you need the money because customers won't keep flying in. So what you do is try to take orders that you can attend to. So let me say you have people that come up to you like, oh, I want you to sew for me. If you can make 2 dresses a week, maybe you can use the weekend to make for your customers, fine. You know you're always busy during the week and you can't sew for people during the week. Okay, you can take clothes during the week, make it during the weekend and deliver it to them. Okay, so just like that, like you need the job, you need the money, because you need the money to, to support the job, to make the job, to make the fashion business stand. So I can't tell you, oh, just quit. During the week you are busy, so you might take the clothes. Just make sure you take what you can finish. Let me say a customer brings 5 clothes, tell her that I can only make 2. Depends on the duration of time she needs it. You can say, oh, I can only make 2 at this way. So just take what you can finish during the week, sew the clothes during the weekend and give it to them. Okay, so maybe you can start sewing from Friday night. By Sunday you are done with the dress. Okay, let me take one more question. Okay, somebody was like, this is from Adenugba Oluremi. She said, please ma, can you be of help when you face with a difficult style, like a personal thing? Okay, I always tell people that when you encounter a style that you can't sew, I always tell people to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Personally, right now I just launched a private section, a private consultation every week. I take just 2 people every week. Maybe you have a style, you're having issues with sewing, we can hop on a live class, and I'll just put you through sewing the style. I will just have like a personal consultation with you. I'll put you through a live call on how to sew the style, tell you what to do and what not to do. I take just 2 people every week, and you can just hit me up on Instagram, my DM on Instagram as Stitchadress, or my DM on Facebook as Stitchadress. That way we can know, okay, what you really want, and we can walk through the payment and other things. So I think I've exhausted all my questions. There are some that were, they occurred like twice, so I just answered them once. So guys, I'm really really thankful, all the people that tuned in live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll try to get back to constant uploading, and thank you for your support. We just hit 37K. I'm really 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 grateful. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for dropping your messages. Thank you for dropping your reviews. I appreciate. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that whenever I post a video you get notified. Follow me on Facebook at Stitchadress, follow me on Instagram at Stitchadress, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay guys, I'm looking for if you see me keep turning my head, just know I'm trying to end the live video. So how do they end this live video? Okay.